Hi there. On behalf of PerfectGame.tv, my name is Darren Sutton. Let's be safe at home and do so in North Carolina. As a matter of fact, an alum of Panther Creek High School, Koen Moreno. Moreno, selected by the Chicago Cubs, 5th round, the draft was almost over, and his dreams came true. He's made the most of it this summer, albeit not in a Cubs uniform, but in shorts and a t-shirt, safe at home. So Koen, thanks for hanging out, man. This is very, very cool. We'll talk about your most recent time as a pro because it's been like no other pro season that most have had. But I want to go back to the days around the draft, right? We learned it was going to be a crazy draft. We learned it was only going to be a couple of days and 5 rounds. So once you found that out, talk to me about your communications with clubs and the Cubs and how it all came together for you to get picked near the end of that draft in the 5th round.
Yeah, thank you for having me. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a crazy situation. I mean, with high school sports being shut down as well, I really didn't even get to have a start my senior year. So that was kind of crazy. And then once I found out that the draft was going to be shortened and, I talked to my agent a little bit and, we figured that, everything's going to be kind of more online and that's kind of the way the communication is going to be. It's going to be a little virtual. So, yeah, I mean, it was interesting. And, I really just, I talked to my workout people and we kind of created a plan where I'm just going to get bigger and stronger and, kind of work out and just kind of put as many videos up as possible. And, I talked to a bunch of clubs, leading up to the draft as well. And, they were everything. It was such a weird situation. No one has ever gone through something like this before. So everyone was, still trying to figure things out. But yeah, I mean, I set up an in-home gym at my house and, kind of just got to work and started doing some bullpens, recording those and just kind of getting them out there for people to see, just to, just let people know that, I'm still working, I'm still, improving, trying to get better.
So when the two parties came together, you and all your resume and your video work and the legendary organization, the Chicago Cubs, tell me how it came together.
Yeah. So the scout, Billy Swope, he's the area scout. I was in conversation with him since last summer. So I've been talking to him quite a bit and, he reached out to me and wanted to see a couple of videos and, did a Zoom call with them as well. And so, we had a really good connection over the Zoom call. We kind of broke down some of my film from the summer, at East Coast Pro and, at different events, Perfect Game events as well. So had, broke some of those down and, it was kind of a crazy night, draft night. Honestly, it was really interesting. I had graduation the same day.
Wow.
So yeah, I went and I had graduation right around noon. And the draft started at around 5. So I went and did that. And I was, pretty nervous during graduation, just cause my mind was on the draft and everything, but so I had a bunch of people ask me questions and stuff. But yeah, once the draft happened, it was just a lot of sitting and waiting, honestly. I really didn't know when my name was going to be called. I knew I had a good chance because I knew it was with the shortened round. It was kind of still up in the air. And, I was ready for whatever journey, it was going to take me. And yeah, the Cubs reached out to me a little earlier than, about 20 minutes before I knew and before it was on TV. And it was awesome. So it was really cool. And Billy Swope was one who reached out to me and, told me they're going to pick me with their 5th round selection. So it was awesome. It was really cool.
Wow. One of the final picks of the draft in the 5-year draft. They reached out to you a little bit ahead of time. So you signed the contract, you got a nice bonus, you start that side, you put it aside, I'm guessing, and save that money and go to work, but yet you can't go to work. I mean, you went out for medicals quickly to Arizona. So what has your summer as a pro, a compensated pro, what does it look like as far as your workout so that you're ready for Instruction League and being a pro in 21? What have you done?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it first started with just a lot of Zoom calls, getting to know the staff, getting to know, everyone on staff and all the pitching development people and what they had in plan for me. Because usually you'd be down in Arizona and you'd be able to get in those meetings and sit down with those coaches and, the nutritionist, the strength and conditioning coach, the mental skills people, all those staff, you would be down there meeting with them. So everything was all online. Everything was all through Zoom. So that was definitely different. And and then I really just started to work out. They sent me some workout plans to do, just, 3 days a week lifting and then 3 days a week mobility work with your hips and shoulders and everything. And then I started my throwing program in July.
Last year you pitched in Jupiter, which is this year going to be in a different spot just because of complexes, but it's a famous event. I mean, prospects know about it, and you pitched well. Your spin rate got up to 2,900. That turned a bunch of heads on your breaking ball. I'm sure the Cubs like that. You pitched 4 scoreless innings with the Dirtbags. That's been your travel team for a long, long time. What was that Jupiter experience like for you? Probably a little melancholy because you were saying goodbye to travel ball. What are your memories of that last year?
Yeah, I mean, last year it was actually my second year in Jupiter, so I went the year before. So the Dirtbags, they were smart with it. They wanted me to go down kind of the year before just to see what Jupiter was like and kind of get a feel for it. That way, last year when I was down there and everyone was watching, it wasn't crazy, and I wasn't, it wasn't a shock. So it was really awesome. I love Jupiter. It's just the whole setup of it's amazing. The golf carts, it's no other atmosphere like it. It's really, really cool.
So I'd be making a mistake. We casually talked about it on camera before we started this recording. If I didn't ask about the story and complete introduction to that great head of hair you have, like I'm an old guy. I'm an old guy who's proud of his silver hair, but that's an impressive head of hair. I got to know a little background. Introduce your hair to us, please.
I mean, honestly, I get my curly hair from my mom, so she's the one that.
Your mom's Stacy, right?
Yes, Stacy. Yeah. Okay. So I really didn't even know, honestly, I had curly hair until I grew it out in high school. My whole all growing up, my dad would just buzz it, and he hated when I would grow it out. And then high school, I got into high school, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna grow it out for fun, and ended up being curly. And I was like, wow, I kind of like this, and so I just kept it going. And quarantine has definitely helped with the hair growth this year. I was supposed to get it cut, around back in like March or May and around there, and the haircut place is kind of all shut down, and it just kind of kept on going. So I'm just letting it rage a little bit, and I don't know, I might have to get a little trim up or something, but I don't know. I like it long, so it's definitely unique. I like the flow going. So.
Perfect way to end it. My dad's in the Hall of Fame. He pitched all through the 70s and 80s, and he used to pay to have his hair look like yours. Literally would pay to have those curls put in. So he would say he's envious. Don Sutton's my old man, but he would say he's envious of that natural head of hair. Hey, man, best of luck in Instructs. Best of luck in 21. This has been great introducing you to everyone who might not already know you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
And so you think about all this that has gone on. This was the 2020 draft. He made this bold decision. He's a pro. It started now. His commitment, by the way, he was all set to go to East Carolina University for head coach Billy Goodwin. I'm Darren Sutton. Thanks for watching PerfectGame.tv.